What's happening, everyone? My name is Phil with Think Make Do, and this is our Inglewood, California kitchen renovation. So today we're working on the vent hood that's going from here through the top pipe or through the top cabinet, piping through the ceiling and out through the roof. Now we have an existing connection or an existing cap that we're going to use in the attic. I'll show you that in a bit. And we're going from a rectangular escape from the microwave to a 6-inch diameter pipe that's going to go through the top cabinet and through the ceiling to get into the attic. I'll show you that in a minute, but we have some electrical that's in the way. I've got an extension cable that's going to be good enough for that. It's a 14 gauge wire. That should alleviate some of the blockage. And we're gonna have to cut a hole in the top cabinet that's 6 inches, cut a hole in the ceiling that's 6 inches, and get that first straight pipe down. So I'll show you the materials we bought and we'll get to it. All right, so we've got our materials here. This is a 3-foot section of 6-inch pipe. That'll be the main piece that goes down. We have a conversion vent cap. It goes from a 10-inch by 3.5-inch rectangle to a 6-inch diameter vent pipe. That's the first section that goes in. Then we'll take a 90-degree angle piece to get it going in the direction we need over to the existing vent in the attic. And then we will use a short section of this flexible pipe and have it go over. It's about a 4-foot diagonal to get over to the next piece. And this is the flange we'll use to connect it to the existing pipe or to the existing exhaust. Now we'll go up into the attic, and I will show you why that gets a little complicated. All right. Okay. The section I'm pointing to with my finger right there is where the vent pipe is going to come up. This pipe, or this vent hood, is huge. This is from the old kitchen. This is what we are going to connect to. So what I might do is cut here and fold this flap over and seal this off, and then have the vent come up through the bottom so the air forces the pressure up. Now this is a huge vent hood. This is like a 12-foot or 12-inch by 12-inch. Pretty big. So our 6-inch diameter vent pipe will do really well in this section. So that's what we need to do. We'll get started. All right, so the first problem you see here is our electrical outlet gets in the way of this guy, this rectangle to 6-inch diameter conversion vent hood, or vent cap thing. So what I've got is an extension cable, just some cheapo thing from Home Depot, although it is 14 gauge, which is the gauge of the wire in the electrical socket and this guy, so we can just swap it out. Tighten all this up a little later. Let's see what that does for our clearance. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. There won't be any rubbing issues there. So we need to measure the distance here to here so that I can figure out where my cuts need to be for my 6-inch pipe that's going to go in here. All right, so we ran into a slight problem here. You're supposed to have a 3-inch extension between the vent hood damper, I guess they call it, and the transition piece. And that's to allow this thing to fully open and close without restriction. If you put it in the way it's right now, it only goes about 25% open, which is not what you want. So I'm gonna have to go back to Home Depot and find the 3-inch extension piece for this. Okay, you know how I said I was gonna go Home Depot? Home Depot's closed. But I still wanna finish this. So, I'm going to take the ducting that I cut off from my 6-inch pipe and create the 3-inch extension, maybe out of 2 pieces. Let's see what orientation makes the most sense for that. And jerry rig my extension cap. I'm pretty sure it'll be just as good as one of these things, just with more tape and machine screws. Let's do that. I made my bracket, my 3-inch extension. Seems to fit pretty well. I was actually able to use the flange here, going around this conversion vent, the rectangular to circular conversion vent, and it sits really flush in there and makes for a perfect seal around this vent hood thing. So there are some designated holes, if you see here, for machine screws. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill those in. I'm going to drill a couple holes to make sure that this 3-inch extension stays put, and then I'm going to duct tape the whole thing or use the silver vent flashing tape around it to make sure that it gets an airtight seal. And this will be ready for installation up there. Alright, so we got this thing taped up. The tape's probably overkill. I've never actually seen any vent ducting with tape in between the joints, so I know I've probably overdone it. So we're going to go ahead and attach this up here. There's a tab in there that this thing has to sit in, and then got one of these for a reason, huh? Woo! Right there that I need to be in. Thing goes down. Cool. All right, let's go back in the attic.